What is up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. I'm back again with the Quick Stops podcast. I assure you we are live. I thought I'd do another one of these, but on MCM time. Obviously, if you saw a few days ago, as we were recording this, I think yesterday, I uploaded. But obviously, by the time you see this, a few days later, after I done my pick up video for MCM Tomaton, which if you ain't seen, please check out. But I thought I'd do a video on by this point it's Sunday or on the Friday, and I've had a few days of process. Everything I'm still feeding it. But I've still had a few days sort of process to show. The highs to lows. I still haven't made lows actually. More highs. And things like that. So I got to show very early. My ADHD pretty much went, Bill, you get up at 5 AM, you're leaving at 6. I'm like, right. I got the show really early. What's nice was, sometimes it's not, I'd rather get there earlier than late. So, but it was very busy. There's a few things I wanted to do, I didn't do. I think I mentioned the video. If I didn't, I'm not going to mention it again. Was I did stuff at the start, sign my archer, didn't, or if I did, go somewhere else. That wasn't necessarily a sort of a, oh, it ruined my day sort of thing. That was more of a case of, if I did do it, sweet. If I didn't, I had a major loss. So it was me. I met with my mate Jamie and Matt. It was, if you're like me who has sort of ADHD, or maybe if you're autism or that sort of stuff, can be a bit like you're all over the shop sort of thing. But it was a very, very productive year. It did feel like though me and Matt sort of did stay in the same sort of gym area, which was a bad thing because it clearly shows that area for us was very good. But by the time I met with Matt, I did see the whole show, the show floor. I wish I did spend more time on the other side, like the gaming side. But I did feel like for us, it was where we was more the sort of stuff we were into, like comics. But I am starting it more into the anime. So maybe between now and the next MCM, which I will mention on in a bit, that's maybe more of a thing I get into. And I also want to get more into card games. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, that sort of stuff. I do feel like that's an important part of the show, which I wish I was more into. With Magic, there is a new. I'm not into Magic at the moment. I know later on this year there's a Marvel, like Spider-Man Magic set I might pick up. That might be my sort of little gateway into it. So hopefully by the next MCM rolls round, me personally, I'm looking into more things, more avenues. But yeah, me and Matt sort of stayed pretty much. Generally, we did shimmy around, but it was pretty much between. It felt like two booths. I think one was called like Mike's Comics, and one was Slab City Comics. They were the two main ones we sort of went to. I think maybe what the one for Mike's Comics. I've got to check my bank statements, I remember, but until proven wrong, I'm going to go with Mike's Comics. It was strange, I think I went to the booth once, picked up a Spider-Man, went off. 5-10 minutes later, I came back, came back to the area, saw Matt, who was like, I did try calling you. There's this, it was the sort of Kevin Smith set. So it's like, you do sort of spend the price of that zone area. One thing I do want it more into, or is to be more, is to be a sort of a little thing I'm gonna start doing now at MCM, and that is pretty much going to the artist alley. Not necessarily go to the artist I want to say, or like plan on seeing, but my plan is now sort of go up and down, see who's there, see what I'm feeling, and get something from them. Because now looking at the Lilith set I got, like the first the 3 issues, if I didn't sort of look and things like that, I'm not, or have it all somewhat of a list of interest, and if I was doing it, but like, it was like not irritate me, but sort of threw me out of whack. I've never done. Glad I did. Issue 1 seems to be real good. By the time you see this, I've probably read the first 3 issues. I'm probably putting in my order of issue 4, which comes out this week, Wednesday coming as I'm recording. MCM is now becoming my show I go to, because previously, for many years, since 2011 up until technically last year when they joined the 2 shows, I went to EGX. EGX is now, by looking at not being a thing, which I've said to a few people, pretty much since they opened it up after the pandemic, up until 2023, the show's lost its soul. So by the looks of it, MCM will be my go-to show that I attend. So will I be doing twice a year like I did with EGX? I'll probably do the one later on this year in London. See how I get on doing 2 shows. I may try Saturday, but if not, probably I might have to go Friday. Because even though Friday was busy, it weren't, from what I've seen and heard, it weren't like not a clusterfuck, but it didn't feel like a tin of sardines sort of thing. So I even know it's better after the Friday. Like I said, between then and now and then, I'm gonna try and open up more of my avenues, because obviously I'm starting more into my anime, so that's a little bit of an avenue I can pick up, whether it's like pick up mangas, things like that. A little bit of horror. I'm starting to really, if you've seen watch my channel long enough, you'll see it. You've known I'm picking up some of the older horrors. So maybe looking at horror figures, horror prints, horror sort of theme stuff. The card stuff, I'll hopefully between now and then I've hopefully branched out a little bit. So, I would like to add more to my arsenal sort of thing. Try and sort of, I don't know, me, I can't speak for Matt, who sort of solely do comics. I felt like I got my money's worth out of the show just on the comic side of it, between Artist Alley and the very little amount of Artist Alley I've done, and the booths we done. I'm like, so that for me I found it worth it, plus seeing the amazing cosplays. Christ, I wish I got more photos, or it's not that I didn't do more photos. Sometimes I've seen cosplays, it partly felt sometimes a bit weird or creepy asking, like, especially like me looking like this. It's like I think there was a bird I saw that it was just a Psylocke, and she was with, I'm assuming, her boyfriend. I wanted to get a picture, but I'm like, I felt a bit uncomfortable with myself. I was going to ask him to get a picture, but it was like I didn't want him thinking, you only want a picture because of the way she looks. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a bit, that I think over time will fuck off. Like more shows, like more of these sort of shows I do. Like there's a bird, but I mean, I was up in Matt at one point. A bird walked past in like a really nice poison oak costume. Had a nice ass also. Wish I hadn't stopped and got a picture, but I'm like, again, sometimes it's like not necessarily tasty. Like it's more tasteful for me. Feel a bit uncomfortable asking. You know what I mean? Um, hopefully that'll fuck off. But so it. I know for a lot of people that do MCM, then already know how good MCM is. But obviously, me still being new to that show, this is now technically my second one since October, November. By the end of the year, I'll be doing 3. I worked at London Automaton, and a few people have said to me, like, which one's better? For guests, me personally will say London Film Automaton. But everything else, MCM. But from what I've seen, obviously with like other shows that Repop do, one thing I will say, if you've got the time, but especially the money, from what I've seen, do New York. It's annoying when you look at someone like New York, Tomaton, who's owned by Repop, the same as MCM. It looks better. So yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, will I do it again? Yes. Will this be my regular show? Depending on how the one later on this year goes. There's an 80% chance that this will be. I'm being honest. So, but yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Sorry about I think the camera's slightly wonky. I had to sort of sit here because the lights in my dead. Was recently fucked up, so I've got to use the sort of sort of open or somewhat open blinds. To get light for this video. But I hope you enjoyed, and yeah. Ciao for now, and speak to you soon, guys.